Hi, it's harvest day. So I didn't do a week in the life of this week because it was just, it wasn't a crazy busy week, but I just wanted to enjoy the garden each day without necessarily having to film everything I was doing. So I didn't film a vlog this week, but maybe next week. But I did want to take you guys along for what I could. For my harvests today, it's Friday. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. And I know most market gardeners harvest way before 10. Um, I'm just not an early riser. And usually first thing in the morning, I'm getting my kids breakfast and getting everyone situated. So yeah, they're situated now, so I'm having an opportunity to come outside. So the first thing I'm going to harvest today is I have a few tulips, literally just like 4, left in the ground. I harvested several other tulips throughout the week as they got to that point, and I stored them in our fridge that's in our carport. I'm eager to see how they're holding up because I did see them start to open throughout the week, so we shall see. But I'm going to take you guys with me today as I harvest. I'm going to harvest the flowers, the tulips. I have radishes to harvest, just like a handful, and then salad mix. Some of my lettuces got wind and cold damage this week, so that was really, it was a little bit sad, but it's lettuce that I've had since the fall, so it's probably getting to the point where it might go to seed soon anyways. So some of that I just had to pull like a lot of it off and gave it to the ducks. But I do have that second succession of buttercrunch lettuce next to the snapdragons. So I'm going to harvest mostly from that today. I'm probably not going to include any of the red mustard just because the Japanese beetles have been getting to it really bad this past week. So I'm just going to put buttercrunch. I have some romaine, maybe a little bit of Caesar if it's not too damaged, and then the beet greens and spinach in this week's salad mix. And then I'll put together I'm doing some little jar arrangements, and it's like 3 tulips in each arrangement with some foliage from juniper and flowering quince. So I'll put those together, and I have those jars. I'll have those jars available for $5 each. And then that's all I'll be harvesting today. So it may or may not be a super long video. We shall see. Last week's was way longer than intended, so we'll see how this week goes. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the tulips, and then I'll put them in water to condition a little bit, and then I might go ahead and start harvesting the salad mix if my kids stayed pretty chill this morning. I usually wait till the afternoon or the evening, but last weekend when I did that, it was a little bit stressful. So I'd like to be able to get it done earlier in the day, but I do need to get it done before it gets too warm. So let me show you the tulips. One of them is a little bit farther along than preferred for harvesting, but I wanted to get out here before the sun came up over this retaining wall, but it didn't happen. So I'll show you guys these tulips. Okay, so here's the tulips that are still in the ground. This one you can see is really starting to open up. I'm gonna get all of these. I'm gonna get this one in some water at least. The other 3 that are still pretty closed, those are more of the optimal harvest stage. So I'm gonna wrap those and put them in the fridge, and then take it from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out. To harvest these, I kind of just loosen the soil around them with a spade, and then I pull them up from the bulb. I may not be able to get it on film just because I usually use both hands. So, and I left my tripod inside. So since the sun is starting to warm up, I want to go ahead and get this done. So I'm going to go ahead and get these pulled out. I didn't film this last one because these are coming up super easy actually. So what I do is I just move the soil from around the base of the tulip, and then I grab it as low as I can. Said they were coming out easy, and then this one wants to be a little bit difficult. Okay, and I just pull up. So I guess this is the beginning of a little bulb, but I think it takes years for them to get to a size to make a flower. So anyways, that one just broke off, but there was a couple of these on other tulips as well. Okay, so here they are. The stem length is pretty good on these. Some of these a little bit longer than others, but I think this variety is called, it's a single tulip, and I think the variety is called Mystic Van Eyck. Mystic Van Eyck or Eck, something like that. It's a really pretty pink color. So I'll probably show what they look like open once I get them in some water. Okay, so here are my tulips that I harvested throughout the week. I had wrapped them in tissue paper and stored them in the refrigerator with the bulbs still attached. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find the ones that are more open, and I'm going to put one of those in each of these jars that I have. I'm going to put one of those in each of the jars, and then I'm going to put two that are a little bit more closed, so then they can open over the next day and throughout the week, so people can see the color and the ones that are already open, and then also enjoy the ones that are more closed opening throughout the week. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I just finished processing these flowers. It took a little bit because, you know, 4 kids. And this is the first, one of the first times I've processed tulips, so I'm not like super fast at it or anything. But that's okay, because I think if I was trying to be fast, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much. Okay, so they've had a few minutes in the water. Some of them have perked up. One thing I didn't know about tulips is when you store them in the fridge, their stems get really soft. So after they're in the water for a little while and they start drinking up, their stems get a little bit more firm. So I wanted to give them a few minutes and see which ones perked up and which ones I needed to replace. So this one is going to need to be replaced, which is sad, but it's a lesson learned. So the ones that look kind of like this, I harvested too late, and then I found out, or I realized the refrigerator I was keeping them in was too cold, so it kind of damaged some of the petals, and I was hoping that they would perk up, but these are single tulips, so I can't like pull back the petals for another layer, so I'm just gonna have to replace these so that everything looks good. So I'm gonna go grab 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 tulips and replace the ones that don't look the best. And yeah, so these are the bulbs. I'm gonna try storing them just in a plain cardboard box and then replanting them in the fall and see if they'll come back. Some of them still have a little bit of foliage on them, so that will help feed the bulbs during their storage time and give them a better chance of coming back. So we'll see if they do. But yeah, I'm going to replace these, the ones that need to be replaced, and then I'm going to give them a little bit more time in the water, and then I'm going to cut the foliage from my juniper and flowering quince to put in there, and then I will be done with these. That'll probably take me another hour just because of other stuff going on in the house. But then when those are done, I'll move on to wiping down, excuse me, the duck eggs, and then maybe, someone's at the door, and then maybe I'll harvest salad mix at that time. So once I get the foliage in the jars, I'll show you the final product. Okay, so I replaced the flowers and the ones that weren't looking so good. As you can see, like some of them have already started to open significantly. So that's why I included some closed ones. I'm going to give them a little bit more time to just drink up some water, and then look again to see if any of them need to be replaced. I think the remaining ones I have in the fridge are all good, so they shouldn't have any of the cold damage because I turned up the temperature to the fridge once I realized what was going on. That's all the extra foliage, and then those are the petals from the ones that had some cold damage. I'm just going to save those and either gift them to somebody who could use them or figure out some way I could use them. I'm going to let them dry out and see what they could be used for. And then all this foliage and then the stems are the ones that I pulled the petals off. These are all going to go in the compost pile. So now I'm going to go cut my foliage to fill the rest of the vases. But I probably won't put that in right away. Yeah, pardon that mess over there. It's real life. Alrighty, so the flowers are done. It's right at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I also took some time and ate lunch and fed my kids, and I got the babies down for a nap. So I'm kind of just going to spend the next couple hours cleaning my kitchen and dining room, and I have a few seedlings that need to be potted up. I'm going to do that. I decided that I'm going to wait to harvest the salad mix until after my husband gets home early this evening. It'll just be much easier. He can hang out with the kids while I do that. So here's how the bouquets are looking.